Sorry, the bands that came out so far look kind of familiar from TI, but some new ones. What do you think of how they are put together?
It's pretty interesting to see the comparison and contrast between obviously like what we were seeing at TI, what we're seeing now. We're still seeing some meta influenced bands and first picks, but there's also some more personalized bands like the first phase Elk and Warlock, Spirit Breaker as well. I think those are pretty interesting.
Yeah, Alk was picked up relatively frequently at TI, but certainly not first phase band material. Yeah, but Bay of
Yeah.
Mangoes, they go super meta. They get the Silencer Earthshaker right off the bat.
I really like this combination. Not sold on this Jakiro yet. I feel like it's one of the supports who's fallen out of favor a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Often I feel like his presence is just not that relevant.
Oh, and the Earth Spirit. So a little bit less meta with the picks from SML, but still heroes that got some love at TI. I think we saw Earth Spirit get banned a lot versus Liquid, right? Because GH was making pretty good use of that in the group stages.
Yeah, GH, he's he's always going to slip through with one hero you don't want to play against, but can you can skew it a little bit. But I feel
Yeah.
like this Earth Spirit pick is a pretty huge gamble because it does absolutely nothing in lane, so it kind of has to roam.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you have to be getting kills with it, and even if you do, it's like it might not even matter because that time spent not helping your other two lanes could just mean that you start losing them by default. So it's going to be a little bit difficult, but it's certainly possible to make this work.
All right. Well, they don't have a whole lot of roaming potential with the silencer. Well, they have a little bit of roaming potential with the silencer or shaker. We did see some pretty ridiculous roaming silencer at least one game, but the Earthshaker in lane it doesn't matter as much if Earth Spirit's not a good laner if he goes up against the Earthshaker, right?
I feel like Shaker is a little bit more comfortable in the lane. He can also roam. Fisher is hugely relevant if you can get a good block with it, if you can get a timely stun. So right now, just looking at this draft, I definitely favor Bay of Mango's first two picks, especially since the Shaker is a little bit versatile. It could be run as a position 4, or it could be their off lane. They have the flexibility, whereas SML, these are their two supports. There's really no, like, hypothetically, they could do, like, mid Jakiro or something like that, but I just don't think that's a winning play.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe unless there's a TA mid, but even so, you'd rather have something more. I mean, at the very least, something
Something
that
that
can scale a little
scales.
better, like the Venomancer. Not the best, but still slightly better scaling.
I mean, if you want to go all in on all these like, high risk drafts, then go for it, man. Win the game in 20 minutes. Be my guest, but
Yeah, but Bay of Mangoes do go ahead and go to the Bloodseeker and the Drow. Maybe a Weaver pick coming out of them, given that they are adhering to the TI meta pretty closely.
I would
Or
love.
Enchantress.
Enchantress is a similar role. Wondering if I like Enchantress more than Weaver. They're both pretty solid, because Enchantress kind of obligates the enemy team to always have two heroes in the lane. Even if you do, you'll probably still lose it, because I don't think Jakiro will be enough of a threat to Enchantress.
Yeah, and
And I don't think
Enchantress
there's many
once.
carries that'll be a huge threat except Ursa, but I
Yeah,
think they can deal with that.
and once she gets a couple of levels, like it feels like it doesn't really matter if she has to solo lane as well, because she doesn't really die regardless, especially against a Jakiro or Spirit.
Yeah. They have to commit at least 3 heroes to kill Enchantress,
And then they'll just
and
lose other lanes.
possibly. And if Shaker's keeping his TP ready, if he didn't use it for some other kill attempt or anything like that, he just comes in, he fishers. If they don't escape, they might get a turn kill or two. Even if you do kill Enchantress, they can probably get it traded or something. It's like, it's an offlaner that requires a lot of effort to kill, but the same can be said of this Tidehunter, I think.
Is it? I feel like Tidehunter is not really so tanky anymore.
I don't think he's as unkillable as Ench, and the Clinks is definitely a nice pick against him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's going to be able to stand lane at the very least. This is a good Ursa pick, I feel.
The Ursa's going to be going safe lane against the Ench, presumably.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter if you lose 60 attack speed when you have plus 100, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever the Empower actually gives you.
I think Ursa's just straight up the best carry hero to pick against Enchantress.
Well, definitely got a lot of love at TI for that reason. But with the Clinks versus Tidehunter, like Tide just has to go back and make some stacks and recover in the jungle, right?
Possibly, yes. I don't think he necessarily gets forced out of lane, but he definitely doesn't just scoff off the damage. He definitely wants to do his best to stay in the lane as much as possible, get whatever he can. The only thing is, I don't think he's going to pose enough of a threat on them that they have to keep two heroes bottom for very long. At a certain point, when Clinks has more XP, they can probably let Clink solo and then focus more on Enchantress's lane or mid lane, respond to TPs, respond to ganks by the enemy team.
All right.
Tidehunter could end up getting a lot. It definitely gives them a lot of team fight, which seems to be their philosophy for this draft. You know, just win the team fights.
And
you
the
can't
global
fight
doesn't
into
matter
us.
so much, right? Like the global goes out, you're in there, you'll take damage, and then you'll just crack and shell it off, and you can get your Ravage off regardless. So
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, in an ideal world. But definitely a lot of like a team fight on both sides, it feels like. Maybe not a lot. They only really have the Ravage for SML.
I think SML has much more team fight, actually.
In terms of big ultimates. But
they got more team fight, they got more gank. Their lanes look weaker. If they can break even on the laning phase, not get far behind on any of their important cores, I think if two cores do well, they'll be fine. And whoever gets sacked, they'll manage to recover. So they just have to make sure that they can win at least two of their lanes for their cores.
Okay. So SML have this last mid pick. They banned out the Storm Spirit. Is that maybe pointing towards TA pick, especially since the Viper is banned by Mangoes?
Interesting ban. They definitely weren't intent on picking Storm because they could just put the Clinks middle, and then Storm gets wrecked by that. Dragon Knight is very safe, doesn't really lose any mid matchups. They already have the Ursa, so even like the worst case scenario, they don't even have to worry about. This DK is. I like this DK.
So just put some tanky strength frontliners on in your cores, try to control the fight with everyone else, and hit buildings. Seems pretty simple for SML.
If SML is in a position where they are ahead, or hopefully for them much farther ahead than their opponents will be in a position where they have to initiate fights because otherwise SML just pushes towers for free. And if that ever happens, they have pretty reliable stuns to hit. They got Ravage, they got Gush, they got Aura items on Tide most likely. So they just want to win the economy game, get objectives. And it seems like right now they're pretty well equipped to do that.
All right, and Mangoes are coming in for their last pick. So you say, I mean, yeah, DK doesn't lose most lane matchups. Are there any where he
doesn't lose any
unfavored?
I don't think so.
I
think even again, maybe like Ursa is probably the hardest lane. Razor's also a decent pick, but he's still gonna get plenty out of the lane.
Yeah, the Razor pick is, I feel like, really nice here because there's like every single core of SML is kiteable and melee. So the Razor can just get in there, steal damage from anybody, doesn't matter who, turn it around.
I feel like the quality of this Razor pick is based on how well Ursa does. If Ursa does really well, then this Razor pick probably is not gonna turn out so well because Ursa just jumps Razor, bursts him down as fast as possible with swipes, and it's probably not going to matter. Like, their team fight on the side of Mangoes is actually pretty weak. Like, they have Razor to frontline, and then hypothetically Enchantress can just hit impetus on people. Clinks can try and go on somebody who's a little bit separated from their team, but they just have Global Silence and Fisher, basically. Other than that, it's just kind of like a slow, and that's it. That's all their control. They really don't have very much. And I feel
Oh.
like if they're ever in a situation where they commit on somebody, they can just, have Jakiro Ice Path, Earthshaker stun, etc., and it's not going to matter.
Alright, so as we get into the game, we go ahead and introduce the players on the Dire team. Semper Magis Legion, it's the SML. We have Hope playing on the safe lane Ursa. We have Orfeo playing on the, looks like, 4-position Earth Spirit. Infinity will be playing the off-lane Tidehunter. Dardane will be playing that mid Dragon Knight. And for the 5-position, we have Nyx on the Jakiro. We have Spooky Bones on the side of Bay of Mangoes, playing the offlane Enchantress, supported there by, oh boy, Cow, and Tex Dog will be playing over here on the Clinks in the safe lane. Twitchy will be playing on the Silencer, supporting him down there, and Rain playing on that Razor. So it does look like not a whole lot in terms of clashing early on. iCow was looking to place a ward, but not going to be able to get that. And just generally, everyone wants to stay on their own sides of the map, it looks like. So how do these lanes need to go for... You said SML, they have relatively weak lanes compared to Bay of Mangoes. How do they... I mean, if they are able to win 2 of their lanes, or not able to win 2 of their lanes, how do they rectify that?
I think the most potential of winning a lane they have is definitely top. If this Earthshaker and Enchantress ever make a mistake, if Fissure is used incorrectly, or somebody's too far out of position, there's definitely a ton of punish that can be done by this Ursa, and presumably his support was, looks like Jakiro is coming back top just there to place a sentry, it seems.
Yep.
So if mistakes are made top, they can definitely capitalize and punish. And then if they do get those kills, the lane only gets easier for them, I think. But it's definitely going to be a matter of which side gets to level 2 first. That's going to be a big deal.
And then what's the deal for the bottom lane? I mean, how do you, with 2 melee heroes, like how do you deal with the Clinks?
You don't win this bottom lane. I don't think Earth Spirit should even be here. I don't think there's anything for him to do except to get some XP.
Alright, does look like there is some planned aggression in top lane. Gonna go ahead and throw out that dual breath and do a little bit of harass, but no real follow-up out of that. How do they get so many creeps pushing into them? What happened? Or pushing away from them, rather.
I think they used the Dire Fortification.
Ah, right. No, the Dire Fort's still up. It was the Radiant Fort that was used. Unless I'm misreading that UI.
I think it was, yeah. Yeah, alright. The Radiant Fort was used.
Alright, well, pretty even in these lanes so far. Hope is looking for a play, but Nyx actually is starting to get kind of low. There's going to be the Fissure coming out. Nyx is stuck inside of the tree. Spooky Bones looking for him. Couple right clicks. And one more should do it. That'll be the first blood going to iCow. iCow? I don't know how...
I'm going to say Earthshaker. I don't know what There's a nice Fissure by him, though. Really punished.
Yeah, hold on place there. So we do see level 2, actually, Static Link, maxing that in this lane for Rain.
I'm hoping that when this Red Spirit gets level 2 off this next creep, that he just goes ahead and leaves the lane. Because there's absolutely nothing for him to do here. It looks like he's got to do that, which is nice to see. Ted needs as much XP as possible. The only thing is, as Earth Spirit, this game is like already looking pretty concerning for you, because like mid is never a kill without +1, so you pretty much have to go top, and that's totally doable, but it definitely hurts not to have that flexibility.
Yeah, especially since you have to be going against an Enchantress Earthshaker lane, which is just so frustrating to try to gank into, I feel like.
Yeah, you have control, but you have basically no damage, so you really need to be in a position where your Ursa can do a lot, because he's the only damage in this lane.
Does look like Infinity is at least getting some XP out of these side pools, or out of these Radiant pools. So everyone just playing their lanes pretty safe right now. There's going to be a block, but no stun coming out, so a little bit of damage up in top. Not really going to turn into anything, it looks like. Maybe turn around. There's going to be the Earth Spirit coming in with the kick back onto iCow. And then one final right click from Hope will be enough to take him down.
It's very nice. I was really surprised, honestly, that Shaker went that far forward since he didn't have any friendly creeps, but your Spirit does capitalize, gets the...
Yeah, I feel like after maybe the missed fissure, you just back off, yeah. Well, not
definitely.
missed, but not getting any stun or damage out of the fissure. So Rain just pinging forward, says, I want someone to come help me with Dardane at this point. How is Tech Dog doing out here? 18-4 on the CS, like very far ahead of anybody on Dire side.
It's not surprising at all, to be honest. There's no way that Tide can contest this guy at all.
Yeah. Did that ward just get placed during the gank? The obs on top of the hill for SML during the Earth Spirit rotation?
Not sure.
I think it did.
I think it got placed afterwards.
Yeah. But it does look like there's a fairly significant sort of gold lead coming out for, or at least CS lead coming out for Bay at this point, and maybe they're going to take down another kill here on Jakiro in top lane. SML, or Nyx rather, a little forward. One more might do it. Attempt to kick back, but the last right click was sufficient from the Enchantress. But yeah, so a bit of a gold lead coming out early on, and SML for this, like, Infinity's just back making stacks and taking them. What can the other sort of heroes of SML do to keep this gap from widening?
They just go top to top. They can hypothetically put Jakiro and Earth Spirit on a path towards metal to try and gank this Razor, because right now he doesn't have wands, he doesn't have wand charges, he doesn't have any reach other than Fairy Fire. He's got half HP and he doesn't really want to leave the lane yet, so that would be miscalled. But
yeah, so Fissure under 3 from eye count, but was not enough to keep him alive with all of that hate. Did get spotted coming up the hill by that ward, so.
I would like to see the supports take this time to, I mean, unfortunately I don't have the items for it. I'd really like to see some clarities or mangoes from these heroes. Maybe a smoke. It's like, this would be a perfect time to, well, I'm panning my camera middle, and now it's not so perfect time anymore because Razor's full health. But
yeah, he flew out a salve for himself.
Also, DK does not have a pointed Dragon Tail, so his level 6 is not gonna entail much kill potential. So they just have to keep going on top, I think, for now.
Yeah, it does have that Soul Ring coming out for him, though, so he's gonna be able to spam that Dragon's Breath a little bit more effectively.
If this Tide chooses, I don't think he will, but if he chose to get Gush level 4, they could definitely turn that into a kill in this Klink's bottom. They bring detection. And I have the benefit of knowing this as the caster, they don't, but Klink's does not have any points in Skeleton Walk, so he actually has no escape if they were to go for that play. But it's definitely a very killable hero.
And probably won't have it until 7, at this point.
At this point, I don't think he might not even get it at 7 if he feels greedy enough, but yeah. He's just going for the kill this tower as soon as possible route. I think it's not a terrible idea.
Yeah, especially since it's so easy to force the Tidehunter away. Like, level 3 on Tide is the off lane. Makes you sad. Especially since you're soloing it at this point.
It's also slower for him to jungle because he put a second point in Kraken Shell instead of Anchor Smash, which is a little bit interesting.
Yeah, that was a little curious. What do you think? Why do you think he did that?
He just wanted to take less damage, I'm sure. But it's actually better just to get the Anchor Smash. Because he's definitely going to feel the fact that his Anchor Smash is level 1 instead of 2 whenever he leaves the lane to jungle. So not only does the damage, it's lower damage, the damage reduction is lower, but the cooldown is lower, which is like the hugest part. So a really big deal that that's level 1.
Yeah, it goes what, 7-6-5-4, right?
Yeah. Scale's really nice.
All right, with the pause, looks like it's time to play the either the cosmetic game or the statue game. Which one do you want to play tonight?
Neither. We'll do cosmetics because I don't care about the statues. It's too late.
All right, he's back anyway. All right,
I don't like games. What do you think I'm here for?
Serious Dota?
Okay, I'm here for the cosmetic game.
Alright. Well, that Soul Ring's finally in here for Dardane, so it will maybe harass the Razor out a little more effectively. Maybe get some... Oh, I say that, but he's just going to get all of his damage.
He never
stolen.
harasses Razor. It's just about getting CS.
I mean, he get down to like
Razor's
half. Maybe
definitely
there's
after
a
his lane, but
maybe there's a play with a Spirit Jakiro rotation, but DD available top when somebody goes and checks it out. So iCal has his Tranquils up at this point. I don't remember seeing Tranquils on Earthshaker at TI, but also I don't think the casters clicked on him very much. Was that a thing? Or it was just Brown Boots into Blink most of the time, right?
Most of the time it was Brown Boots.
Yeah, okay. I guess so much regen there. Just trying to stay out in the lane more, I suppose.
After this pull finishes top, I really want to see these two supports use the Shrine and then TP bottom and go on this. It's too late now, but I wish that was the play they were setting up.
Yeah,
They were playing really far on this Clingson Silencer, and they both definitely could have died.
Rain's actually really low. And he's going to go for a play. Looks like Dardane's going to switch over, stealing all the damage, though. Dardane has to run away. Rain's going to chase him forward, but dies to the creeps.
Oh, he disconnected again.
No, Earth Spirit, iCal.
Yeah.
Or Shaker, rather. Disconnected. And there's the
got that
offensive
offensive
tips. Alright. Easy game. But yeah, so definitely not the hero that you expect to die in that lane first. Or
Yeah, that hero should not have died. Just straight up. Shouldn't have died.
Oh man. So Infinity does have his level 5 now. How did he get that? Was that was just during the tower push, right? He stayed there for the creeps dying? Yeah. Alright.
Nice thing about the Silencer Clanks combo is that Tide should never ever die to just these two heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Even without a ring of protection?
Oh yeah, he never dies. Absolutely not. Thing is, now that his tower is dead, he's gonna have to resort to jungling a little bit more, most likely.
Well, he already has one ancient stack up for him, although it's only a double stack. Nothing in the other camps yet.
He's not gonna be able to take the ancient stack for a while, but definitely nice to have something.
Yeah. Nothing anywhere else. Are any stacks on the Radiant side of the map yet, or Bay's side? Yeah, there's one over here.
Any. Wow.
There's one in the easy camp, or the hard camp they were using for pull throughs. Who can take that?
Razor can take it. Silencer can help take it.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
If Silencer's with Clanks can take it. He ults one of the big creeps, strafes. It's fine.
Yeah. Totally works. So the cosmetic game you said was the game to play, right? What does Nyx have here?
It's a game to play.
But
I don't know if it's better on some of these heroes not to have cosmetics or to have bad cosmetics. Because this Ursa is just unspeakable.
Well, it looks like he's going to go for movement onto Spooky Bones, gets the slow off, and has the overpower, but only 3 attacks right now. And the heal is going to be enough for him to run away. Earthshaker throws a fissure out and stuns up Hope, but it's on the wrong side. There's going to be the stone coming out, the Boulder Smash from Orfeo as well. But still just completely full HP. And now Spooky Bones is turning around on Orfeo. A couple right clicks. Not going to be able to finish him off. Nyx threatening enough there that he doesn't want to move forward.
Oh, boy.
Another DC. Alright. Anybody noticed yet?
Yeah, they've noticed. They're just upset. Probably.
I don't know. Last time they didn't notice till he was all the way back here, so.
There's no way they don't notice.
Could be. Alright, 4 coming out for Dire bottom. Infinity does not have his level 6 yet, but Dardane has a haste turn coming forward. Not having that Dragon Tail yet. He just has to chase down Twitchy, but looks like he's going to be able to do it. One more right click. That'll be enough. Alright, well, if Bay of Mangoes want to play one hero down.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, it's much harder to win this game without your Shaker.
For
Guy's back.
sure. Okay.
Okay, it's 8:49 now. Let's see how long it takes. Next.
Nyx actually goes down here to some impetus shots.
Okay, here's what I want to see. I want to see Nyx TP bottom. I want Earth Spirit to back. They smoke together with detection. They go and they kill the Sklinks. Because they got Ravage, but they've already... I think Earth Spirit already showed to the creeps.
Yeah, he did. They don't have detection, but also, you know, we can see that Text Dog doesn't have his invis yet. So it may not matter one way or the other. However, with just level 3 on the Earth Spirit, I don't think that's a kill regardless yet, yeah? Still there, sorry?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Alright, alright. So Dardane and Brain battling it out in the mid lane. I will say, although... Oh, there's another kill here on the Nyx from the Impetus. Although it has sort of felt like it's... Like, the lanes clearly are currently in favor of Bay of Mangoes, based on, you know, the CS and the gold. But
It's quite so.
feels like SML are still in control of this game.
I don't feel like they're in control of this game at all.
No?
Honestly.
Well, there's a Ravage coming out. That's going to be also have the Nature's Attendants, and Hope has to just run away at that point.
Ursa can't
Spooky
even go in
Bones.
because he already used some rage.
Yeah.
He might have been able to get that, but it would have been very close, and the Shaker probably just kills him afterwards.
Does look like Dardane is going to sit over here on the backside, look for a backstab, but not going to find anything just yet. With iCow coming from the right, or from the left, maybe he finds what he's looking for? Ah, now he sees
I'm not
him.
really sure why he's here. Like, even if he has stun, I don't think he kills anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. Just trying to relieve some pressure, I guess, off the top lane, since...
I mean, like, if you're a support, you can make plays that amount to this, but he's mid.
Looks like maybe they're swapping. Hope has gone mid against Rain. But this tier 2 bottom goes down again, or not again, but very quickly, rather.
They're not
And-
even answering these clinks.
Yeah, and it looks like
Just
Text
getting
Dog
powers
is
for
just
free.
gonna... Yeah, has his medallion coming out. And it looks like maybe he's just gonna try to push the high ground.
I just feel like is it S and M or N? It's SM. I feel like SML's draft isn't being played correctly right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's 11 minutes, and there hasn't been a single smoke usage. Spirit has one now, but he already showed to the creeps. They know he has a smoke, and they see him.
Yeah, it does look like there is a rotation being planned at this point, but I think that might have been spotted out. Yeah, by the ward. Rain should have seen Orfeo walking forward.
All these movements just feel very unlikely to succeed, I guess. People come at different times, people come in vision.
Yeah, we do see the Dragonlance coming out for Spooky Bones already, so I missed. How did
Ursa has blink as hell.
Okay, that makes more sense. I did
This
not
blink
see the
is
blink.
definitely something that they needed, because now they finally have a core with kill potential.
Yep.
So, definitely needed to happen.
They're
very
looking for
soon.
the blink onto Ahikao, and they are going to get that. One more attack, and that'll be the end. Hope able to take him out as well. 9 seconds before he can turn around with the blink again. Looks like they're going to try for it. Orfeo is in the area.
They want
Maybe gonna try to bait him
should
back?
Be trying to bait this,
There's going to be the kick as well as the pull for the silence. Now Hope running forward. Orfeo has to stay in the area, or he's just going to get impetus to death, and that is in fact what's going to happen. Spooky Bones
Seems like
totally
a
okay
little
at this
bit of
point.
miscommunication. I think that kill was entirely possible, but just a little bit unfortunate.
Yep, so Rain coming forward using the static link to drain out 50 damage or so. Not gonna hit on the ice pass, try to hold him in place. I will say there are a lot of very fast heroes on Bay of Mango's side.
Definitely, yeah.
So now all 5 dire heroes up here in the top lane for SML. Looks like Hope is gonna go ahead and back away, but looking to try to take this tower, it looks like.
I'm really surprised that Enchantress hasn't scaled Enchant yet. It's a huge skill. Whether or not use it as a slower just to get a creep to farm faster or cut waves. So good. It's really surprising.
We do see iCow here has his Soul Ring finished up. So this is a really old Earthshaker build, yeah? The Soul Ring Tranquils.
I don't think it's super old, but I guess it's not meta.
I mean, it's just a couple years old. We are missing down
I think
the
it's
bottom
totally
lane.
fine.
A fight
I
going
did
on.
not miss it, but yeah, Ursa goes on Clinks initially. Clinks invises away, so Ursa goes in Silencer, and Clinks trades. So
Yeah, I was expecting a more concerted push in top lane with 4 heroes here, but it looks like Rain actually is going to take an Invis Rune and start scouting out for Bay of Mangoes. Dardane TPing away, so maybe Rain. Yeah, definitely Rain's going to find this kill on Orfeo, it looks like. Especially since Clinks is in the area. I don't think it even matters at this point.
they might not have him, honestly. I don't think they have him.
Blocks up the
Ran in
roll,
front.
so yeah. One more impetus, that'll be it. So now this tower is going down for sure. And what's going to happen for SML? Like, how are they going to respond to this?
Maybe they try and defend. Shouldn't be here. Alright, his team is running. His team is coming.
Alright, let's see if we can see how this works, or whether this works. There is a Ravage, but there's no Blink.
They know Ursa's in the trees. They know someone's in the trees. They don't know who. They should know that Nyx has no TP, though.
There's going to be a Ravage. Is only going to catch out onto Clinks. There's going to be a Dust to hold him in place. Silence comes out. However, the Overpower was already there. So chasing down Tech Dog from Hope, and he might find that kill. Rain, however, has stolen 100 damage, but it doesn't matter with the Overpower stacks. However, it was enough to kill him before he ends up going down. Rain just right-clicks him to death. Now there's the Echo Slam coming out onto Orfeo, and that'll be enough to take him down as well. Dardane dying to impetus shots on the backside. And it does look like they're going to be able to find him with Ayakao. Not able to get the slow off, but having to turn around to get the stun means that Spooky Bone's able to catch up and get the that last impetus shot off as well.
I think what SML had to go from there is they had to wait for Bay of Mangoes to get closer to the tower, potentially bait somebody like Ursa, try and draw the enemy team in, so that you get a huge Ravage off of that, and then, you know, that's how you start the fight. But they Ravaged on a single person, Ravaged on Clinks, and he was invis, and the dust didn't come out immediately, so kill wasn't even that fast, and Clinks ended up not dying at all.
Yeah. He did die, actually.
Did he?
Yeah, he died. No, he died.
Okay, yeah, he died dead dragon.
But he did not die until after Ursa did.
Right. Well, the good news for SML is that Blue is having issues. So that is the silver lining here.
Yeah. Possibly why he's going for the smaller item build-up, so that his team can control him and at least have something.
I don't... it could be, but I don't think it's a factor. I think it's just what he's building. I think it's a fine combination. It's really sustainable having the slow rank Tranquils. You always have health regen. You always have burst mana for a Fisher. I think it's a really nice build, honestly. Because if you go the other build and then you have a bad game, you're just walking around with brown boots, hoping for Blink Dagger, hoping for a good fight that you're a part of. But this build is scales much more nicely. Lets you farm jungle so much more easily because you get your health regen back and you get mana. I think this is a great build.
Alright. Well, he is back in the game, and it does look like there's some movement onto the top lane. Dardane has his Shadow Blade finished up, going on to Spooky Bones. Also does have that Dragon Tail, but with Nyx showing, Spooky Bones is going to go ahead and just back off. Even though the Jakiro can't kill him, expecting that there's some other manner of movement happening concurrently, and correctly calls that out. So he just backs away, and is totally fine. Mid lane, there is going to be a Boulder Smash, not quite going to hit. There's a Dust coming out onto Text Dog. Hope going to try for the slow. Looks like he's in range. Going to go for it. Now Infinity coming in the area. Looks like his Ravage will not be needed. Blink forward by Hope just to get those last couple right clicks off, and that'll be the end of the Clinks.
I would have liked to see Clinks just pop a strafe whenever he got the chance and trade this Earth Spirit. He's real low. It's
yeah.
Like one hit, probably.
Yeah. With the 60 bonus, I think it still is 2. Yeah.
He's dead. Like, he's definitely dead if you just turn.
Dardane coming in onto Twitchy. Final right click does not miss that pill. And Dardane just is able to get that pick off.
It's interesting how the more scrappy and the more, like, pub mentality this game goes, the better it goes for SML. This Dragon Knight with the Shadow Blade. These ganks on the Clinks with 2 heroes initially, with the Tide running in, but no points in Gush. It's just working out. It's a very scrappy game.
Alright, Infinity going ahead and blinking out there. It's going to be a Fissure. It's going to land and actually trap Dardane from the right side, but he's able to come through the left. Ice Path there to block any movement forward. Shadow Blade is used. Now Dog here looking for Orfeo. One more right click. not quite going to be sufficient. Just down to 71 HP. Ravage does come out here. Is able to catch 3, kills off 1. There's going to be now the Ice Path follow up onto 2. However, on the other side of the fight, there's going to be an Echo Slam coming out onto 4. But it doesn't matter. The Earthshaker's going to go down regardless. Blink forward here by Infinity onto Spooky Bones. Spooky Bones slowed up, but not going to matter yet. However, there's going to be the blink forward from Hope, and he's going to just die right there. Dardane coming in as well, trying to get the stun on the Spooky Bones, but yeah, there's just a whole lot of turnaround by Spooky Bones and Rain due to a really massive overextension from SML.
Yeah, they just got way too confident. Ursa blinked in without enrage. Dragon Knight was low in health. All that stuff. So the fight started pretty okay, just because Ravage has such a huge presence, but like a big part of this is just that Ursa was able to jump on the Clinks and get almost all of his health down. So the fight definitely started nice because you were initiating multiple people, you're causing chaos, but they just chased too far, chased under tower, they had no spells anymore, etc. So they just pushed a little bit too far.
Yeah, I do want to point out right now, Rain, the phase drums, Aquila, like totally standard. The Force Staff though, not into Pike, but just into a BKB. Is that something that you have seen frequently?
This isn't a frequent build, but I think the Force Staff is correct, especially versus this Ursa. You can help yourself, you can help a teammate.
It's just trying to get some more kite against all of the...
Absolutely, yeah.
Tech Dog, meanwhile, working up... Wait, is he finished with his Orchid? Or is he going, or is he just getting a casual Oblivion Staff? Looks like he's getting
Nah, nobody does casual Oblivion. Nobody does that.
That's not what he's... I mean, I'm looking at him right now. He's working on a Hurricane Pike.
Okay, I don't
with a
care.
casual Oblivion.
I don't care if it's the truth. I'm gonna say that he's building it. It might be 2-3 items from now. Maybe the game ends and he still has his Oblivion Staff that he is going to build into Orchid. But that's the reality I'm going to.
All right, Blink 4 by
SML. Want mana
Hope.
regen? You buy Soul Ray.
Blink 4 by SML Hope, as well as a kick and a roll from Infinity or from Earth Spirit. Rain just barely surviving on the backside here. A little bit of fissure there to block everybody else out. Now Infinity taking a lot of damage. He is going to end up going down. Dust is used by Orfeo. Not going to hit anybody on that ice path. Dardane looking for somebody to turn on to. Nyx, however, just going to TP away, and now Dardane's going to walk out as well. Only lose the Tidehunter for that.
The dive was just a little bit. The dive shouldn't have happened because DK. The dive either had to happen with everybody or just not happened. I think it just wanted that tower and got it. But
so
if you want to interpret that as, sorry, you go.
Since Enchantress got banned like every game at TI, and when she did get picked, the game ended relatively early. What was the build that was actually used?
Depends. I'm not totally familiar with the build. I feel like most games, though, the Enchantress definitely got Hood, because that's such a strong item, especially on Enchantress. You already have so much physical resistance, getting that magic and getting that survivability and being someone that's super kiteable and just impossible to kill. Yeah, it's huge. I don't think just rushing Pike was very common, but if you can get away with this build, then go for it. It's really strong.
Yeah, it looks like
very greedy, but
not just gonna get away with it, but pretty dominating with it.
Yeah, I think
gonna have that Aghanim done relatively soon as well on top.
In every single fight, SML has been jumping people other than Enchantress, so if they just change their game plan and they get Enchantress out of position, but by the same token, it's not happening because Enchantress isn't out of position so much as other people.
Right.
This kill is optimistic. I don't think Ench dies.
There's going to be the fissure as well as the global to ensure that. Blink forward, a couple of right clicks, but looks like Hope is just a little bit overextended. Does have the Enrage. Going to be able to get that up. However, a fantastic Earth Slam, Echo Slam coming in. Going to be able to turn this around. Rain actually hitting onto Nyx now. And Dardane was able to get out on the backside. Over here, looks like Orfeo might die to the last tick. Yes, he will die to the last tick. And Twitchy's like, yep, I want to be in AoE for that. He has only the 4 in right now, is really looking for some more. That Echo Slam, though. God damn it, sorry.
He wasn't talking to me.
I know. Deona. Alright. So yeah, 4 staff coming out now here for Tex Dog, along with that casual Oblivion staff.
There's nothing casual about this. This is This is a violation of the Geneva Convention if I've ever seen it.
It's targeted to trigger you.
It's cyberbullying. This is meant to upset me and belittle my. What do I do? Do I ping him? What do I do?
I don't think I can see that.
Do I flame him in all chat?
So Dardane looks like with the Shadow Blade might have been in a position if he was on the other side to get that courier. However, there's going to get a silence as well as a rock, but a 4-step forward onto the Earthshaker. However, it doesn't matter. SML or Hope is able to walk forward enough with those phase boots to finish him off.
It's a little bit unfortunate for Ursa that he blinked in right as Earthshaker was doing his totem, so he actually just blinked right into the stun. Kill took longer and he almost lost it, but they don't have enough escapes, so still dead.
Yeah, he does did show that blink in the last fight, but he actually has quite a bit of farm for this point in the game. I feel like having the, but he was given the jungle for a while with that Soul Ring Tranquils, so I guess that makes it up. Yeah,
somewhat. Yeah, that's the nice thing about this build. You have so much. There's so many areas in the map that you couldn't farm, but now you can because you have that region.
So it does look like Greaves is the item of choice out of Infinity. Where did he just place that? I placed it over there.
I would like to see this be a pipe.
So what is Twitchy building, do you think? Doesn't have anything queued up, but there's a Glove of Haste in his inventory. He already has Arcane Boots. Is it a Midas?
Where are we looking at?
Twitchy, Silencer.
Looks like a Midas. Do you have it in Courier? No, it's just words. Yeah, I'm gonna presume that was a Midas in the making.
Alright, so Ursa has blinked in. However, he was spotted out by Twitchy's recently applied wards. And Hope actually is taking a lot of bashes.
They hear Ursa's ultimate. They hear that.
Pop the Lincolns there by Twitchy. Gonna get slammed by Roche. But
it's an interesting time to Roche, I think. They didn't have enough vision of the enemy heroes to reliably make that play. They had to pressure like bottom tower or something.
Yeah, is there a smoke here? I think they have one. Yeah, they have one. Are they going to use it?
They're looking for a setup with this DK.
So Dardane actually is... Oh, they have vision on the high ground, so they totally knew what was going on there. Next, actually, Silver Edge finished. Ice Path out onto 2. Silence as well onto the... onto Rain. Global is used, however, and now there's going to be Clinks coming in from the backside. Texdog using the strafe and going to try to kill off the Dardane, but nobody dies yet. Okay, there we go. That's going to be the end of the Tidehunter. Attempts to use the mech, but not able to really use anything there. Set up there by the Unstable Current. Is that a Purge? Yes, it is a Purge.
I don't think it does a Purge. I know it slows.
Says it purges buffs.
It does Purge. Okay.
I don't know if it's a weak Purge or a strong Purge.
It's a weak, I'm sure.
But... So now, looks like there might be some attempt to take Roshan from SML away from Bay of Mangoes. Dardane now is in, gets the right click here, and the break off onto Enchantress. That means she instantly goes down. Tidehunter, Roshan's almost entirely dead. Are able to get the buyback on the Tidehunter with the Ravage coming in. Stop the Earthshaker from casting any more spells. Ends up going down as well. That's 3 for 1 so far in favor of SML. Twitchy is running away, but now there's going to be just waiting for the silence, it looks like. Gets the break. Ursa finishes off Roshan on the back line. Blink 4 by Infinity as well as the Gush. Dardane is not going to follow up on that, so they're going to go ahead and just back away. Be happy with their Aegis and their 4 for 1. And yeah, SML, now they're using their smoke to move forward and try to claim some buildings, it looks like.
They're not getting anything else here. They're 2 split. Earthshaker made a huge mechanical error in that fight. He echoed and then blinked him.
Oh, I wonder why the echo was on cooldown.
Yeah. I think he surprised himself, honestly.
Might have, like, I don't know. I've noticed some input dropping and input delay the last few weeks, so could have just been Dota.
I think it's like client side, if anything. But I don't know.
Oh, probably client side. Like, my understanding from what Bunny says on Reddit, it's basically always the same client side bug.
Enchantress is very close to Ags.
So now the Hurricane Pike is finished, along with the casual Oblivion Staff, which is not yet an Orchid.
What did he lock his Basilius for? Oh, I understand. He disassembled his Aquila to get the pipe faster. That's smart. That's I'm very confused. That's a very efficient play, but he's got this Oblivion Staff. Like, just make a Soul Ring, dude. You're finished. Right now, he's finishing the Orchid, but
Yes.
like the build is working, but that doesn't mean it's because the build is good.
So
I like the pike. I like the medallion. I like the wand. I like the Basilius. I like the treads. That's it. I'm not talking about that other item slot. It's dead to me.
All right. So PKB finished up here for Rain, as well as most of the way to a halberd to disarm that Ursa Bear.
Halberd is going to be super irrelevant. Doesn't matter who you hit it on. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and Rage does not purge halberd, right?
Nothing purges halberd.
Dardane looking for a stun here onto Aikau. There's also going to be the pull back, not quite hitting on, but the stun forward will. Missing up Hill, unfortunately. Now there's going to be some Enchantress right clicks coming in. Orfeo barely surviving. Pots out that urn. The Echo... Did he hit anybody with the Echo?
Nope.
Okay.
It's Panic Echo. If I've ever seen it.
Okay. But they are able to get that Earthshaker kill and secure the Echo Slam out of it, which I think is probably the bigger part of that. Earthshaker's only dead for 30.
It was a good time for them to go roaming for that kill, because it was the rune time when Earthshaker was on their side.
Yeah, they have not... Earthshaker should have seen that coming, though, because I'm pretty sure...
PK was invis, but I'm not sure if he had vision or Spirit. He definitely have vision of this Ursa right now.
There's me looking for by Ursa. Global comes out immediately. There's going to be also the Ravage, however, which prevents any sort of turnaround play by Rain for the time being. Kick comes through, does hit onto Clinks, and Orfeo, however, is going to die on the backside. Doesn't matter because they are able to secure that Clinks in time. There was a blink forward, back. This fight is happening in like 3 places at once at this point. A little bit of miscommunication. Dardane moves forward. Everybody else blinks back, and Dardane's going to go down. Hope now blinking forward, using the Aegis. However, Tech Dog has come in with the buyback. Hope does not have the blink available. iCow blinks forward, is looking for the fissure play. Is going to be able to get it, I expect. Yeah, Hope
what is happening?
Around. There's no vision up on the hill, so just a little bit of juke action at the time. Blink up all the way up onto the hill. No vision, and they're still looking for him elsewhere. No plasma field used to give the vision there.
All things being equal, under those circumstances, it was nice that Ursa got out, but damn, dude, you deserve to die so hard. Like, congrats, but...
So the Acronyms is finished up for Spooky Bones. They are now trying to deward the hill, but there's nothing there. Oh, man, that's gotta feel bad. What did he... Hold up. Oh, he bought back. That's why he's missing so much gold. I was really confused because he had less gold than before and didn't have any more of his Orchid. But Atos finished now for Nyx. So that's going to be a lot of damage coming out from the Macropyre.
Very risky. Oh, but they're scared of Jakiro. That worked out.
That interesting. They didn't have vision anywhere else, so
I thought it was like a smoker or something. I think.
Yeah, could be.
They didn't. Nyx didn't have high ground vision either, so.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not
just
sure.
went
I think
for it.
Figure was still high ground when he blinked away, so I don't think Nyx even knows how lucky she is. Cause, man.
4 stabs coming out for both Earthshaker and for iCow and Twitchy at this point, or at least they're on their way shortly. Halberd finished up for Rain. Looks like he's going for a Shiva's next. Dardane does have his BKB as well, and Mega Urn, Super Urn. Hell is this thing called? Spear Vessel. Picked up, about to be picked up for Orfeo there. So really nice to be able to have that for the Enchantress heal, especially. Yeah, Enchantress is not a very tanky hero when you have a Silver Edge and a Spear Vessel.
Enchantress is never a tanky hero. It's just about, yeah. But, yeah.
Fissure comes out, not quite long enough to hit anybody. Looks like still gonna be able to clip Orfeo there with the Arcane Curse, but that is 4 heroes, 5 heroes rotated top by Bay of Mangoes, so that does mean that SML are gonna be able to start threatening this bottom tower a little bit.
I'm really surprised, based on how quickly we saw Clinks take these towers bottom in the laning phase, how much it's slowed down. I feel like it's slowed down a lot more than it maybe needed to.
Yep.
But
iCow sitting back here in the trees, not really gonna try and give anything away, just looking to delay and get some XP. It looks like the smoke by Nyx and Hope not really going anywhere. Not able to get any vision up for it either. Tex Dog still working his way towards that second casual Oblivion staff. And now the smoke comes out from Bay of Mangoes, but that was under a ward, so this should be recognized. Yeah, Dardane's going ahead and backing out, as is everybody else on the side of SML. Looking to try to pop the smoke maybe and make a separate play out of it. Since the BKB is available, they can fight through this global. Maybe they're able to pop the smoke if they run forward, but
I like this move by Dardane. He's nosing the rune spawns. He's trying to get somebody for it. They want to turn this into a fight. It looks, nah, he's just going to go.
yeah, gonna go for it. Does have the Shadow Blade. Looks like they were able to get the Earthshaker finally in bottom. Ravage not used for that, so not having to expend too much for it. And 4 runes to go away of SML this time.
I
However,
really like this cut by DK.
The
This is
creep
a
cut.
great cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I feel like creep cut's gonna be way more common for a few weeks.
All you have to do on this Shakira is just macro pyre the wave. Like, the correct play is just to macro pyre this. Maybe at this point, no. Yeah, you don't do it anymore because it looks like they're backing off. But
Yeah,
that's a
Fort
really
was
nice
used
movement by DK.
in both sides. Actually, it looks like this tower's gonna go down regardless. But now Dardane looking to try to catch somebody in the retreat. Thinks better of it. Afraid that there's going to be some vision around. There isn't right now, but definitely there could have been. Plenty of sentries on the map for Bay of Mangoes.
Now the opponent has vision of DK, and it's likely that this is the person that they go on since he's the farthest up.
Yep.
Does he die? Probably not, since
He's not even
Shaker's
like...
there.
Yeah.
If Shaker's there, he dies, but...
Does he? I feel like
No, he
Clinks
definitely
is
does.
not doing a whole lot of damage yet.
It's about Enchantress, it's not about Clinks.
Ah, right. Enchantress able to get close enough. Looks like they recognized that the Earthshaker was there. It was a problem or something.
Seems to be.
But looks like BKB's the next item out of Spooky Bones. It does look like the gold lead has actually tipped slightly back in favor of SML at this point. There's the movement forward as well as the roll and blink by Hope onto the Earthshaker. He is down once again as he tries to recover. What is he trying to build here? He has the 4-staff finished, so that's what he was going for.
He's trying to live his life to the fullest. He's got to do it another line.
I see, I see. So with the 4-staff, that means there's 4? Twitchy does not have his, so 3. There's... No, 4. Because there's a pike on Tech Dog as well. Yeah. So there's 4 4-staves on the side of Bay of Mangoes, and they're going to have another one for Twitchy in like 700 gold, which granted might take a while since he is that 5-position silencer, but some movement forward here by Dardane and Nyx. However, they are spotted out by warders to come forward, so not going to be able to get any kind of pickoffs. Decide they're just going to go ahead and move towards this tower, try to get this objective off the map. Still looking for some play. Rain sitting in the trees. They're TPing more in. Twitchy, they're going to move forward here. Going to go ahead and get that Mega Basher onto him. Rain uses the BKB. Trying to get the drain. Is draining all the damage out of Hope, but it doesn't really matter so much because the... oh, there's an Echo Saber, or Echo Slam coming back in the... back into the fight, but it may not be enough. There's just so much HP on the side of SML right now. Now there's going to be a Dragon Tail here on the Clinks, and Clinks might go down. No, he was 4 steps away during the fade time of his Skeleton Walk, but it doesn't matter. There is dust, and he's going to end up going down regardless. Overall, just a 2-for-1. But that looked like it was very close to being much, much worse for Bay of Mangoes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I thought for a second you might have said SML, and I was about to raise my voice a bit because I didn't understand. But yeah, definitely.
So there's going to be now the Dragon Tail out onto Razor. He's also going to get Abyssal up. And going to end up just dying there on the backside. Fissure is used. Spooky Bones looking for some damage out. But Dardine has so much HP and regen at this point. He has 40 regen.
Yeah, I got that talent.
And now satisfy their objectives. Looks like SML are just going to go ahead and back off and take the Roshan. Twitchy about halfway to his 4-staff meanwhile.
I'm not so hot about this Razor build. I feel like we just saw that fight. He's got 40 armor almost. He's got BKB. He was static linked the entire time, and yet he just had to run away. He was BKB'd, he used Shivas. He just had to run away. Because like he can't fight with his builds. The only way that they can go in is if there's a good Echo Slam. And that's all they have. Like this Razor is not a raid boss by any means, and that's pretty much what he has to be. He has to be the person that gets some focus so that they group up to give a good Echo Slam, and that gives more space for Clinks and Ench to hit whoever they want to. Like, he's somewhat tanky, but I think it's just a matter of positioning. Like, he was just running alongside all of SML in that fight bottom, and so I think they can make these items work, but they have to play the fight correctly. They have to be positioned correctly. If they can just like use all their 4-staffs on whoever is initiated, like they can definitely make it work, but it's just got to be a little bit cleaner.
So interesting, Orfeo actually is getting a Blade Mail on Earth Spirit. He has 2300 HP, so I mean it's gonna do that much damage, right? But is that the item you would expect?
No, absolutely not. I just don't think it's correct.
They really don't want to use the Elder Dragon form here, it looks like, and just going to be let the Razor get away with the BKB charge.
They're definitely happy with that.
Yeah,
yeah. Got the BKBs on cooldown for this siege.
Yeah, down to 6 seconds now.
And they do have their Aegis on Ursa, so...
Yep.
Ursa is a huge threat. He can basically just burst anybody with his builds. There's actually absolutely nothing they can do to stop him. They can 4-staff the person, but that's the only way to save him. There's nothing you can do to this Ursa.
Yep. Orfeo just got his Blade Mail, was not able to get it off cooldown from his backpack before he ends up just dying. Stun out here, on to Hope. There's going to be, however, the 3-man Ravage immediately followed by the Global in response, but with the BKBs, they are still going to be able to take down Earthshaker. However, on the backside, the Jakiro is going to go down. Looks like he ended up being caught up by some impetus shots, and SML, Hope, and Spooky Bones on the north side are looking for just a 1v1 while the team fight happens in the base. Infinity taking a lot of damage here. Held in place, does use the cheese. Dardane is going to get that Dragon Tail off.
Oh my gosh.
But it doesn't matter so much. No, I did not see the Ursa kill. I'm looking at bottom. Now there's going to be some movement forward here. There's the Fissure coming out onto Infinity, but the Kraken Shell immediately purges it off. Some chase out. 4-step forward by Rain. Uses the BKB. Hope, however, comes in, has the Aegis, just goes ahead and immediately Abyssals the Enchantress with the Overpower. That will be enough to take her down. He's not even afraid of dying right now because he does have that Aegis, and now he will finally go down. Infinity taking a lot of damage. Just barely surviving again and again. Finally does die. Another Aegis is up. Blink Dagger up as well. Blink forward. Gonna hit on the Rain. One attack is not enough to kill him down. Did not get a bash. Has to run away at this point. Dardane looking for the finisher. However, he just gets slowed down. Now he's gonna get silenced as well. Orchid comes out, taking a lot of damage. Is super tanky though. Has 3,000 HP and all of the armor in the world. Now blink forward by Hope. There's gonna the kick coming out, but it's not even gonna matter because they did have the Abyssal, and Hope's gonna take down Twitchy before anything can happen. Now they're able to get onto Rain. Rain has 3 HP. Finally, one last. I guess it was the kick. I think it was the kick that finished him off from Orfeo. GG is called here by iCal. The 4 stabs were effective in kiting this game, but they were not enough to win it for Bay of Mangoes, and SML do claim the first victory in this series. What do you think?
I think SML played the latter half of the game better. I think the draft was better for it. I don't think they played necessarily super well. They kept having people die out of position. Like they were pushing, they were about to go high ground, and then they would have one person visibly middle lane alone pushing or something like I think Day of Mangoes had a huge advantage at the end of the laning phase, and they had a lot of opportunities to kill towers sooner and get objectives and set up for objectives. Because they take Roche very quickly. And like Enchantress tanks or Clinks, like they can take Roche if they just set up for objectives and they know where heroes are and stuff. Like their team fight is worse, but they came out of the laning phase ahead, and they definitely could have won this game. I feel like SML definitely played better, but I still feel like a lot of their movements were very sloppy or poorly executed, and it was more just the nature of Ursa got out of control. They didn't have a way of dealing with Ursa, and everybody else that did well as a result of this Ursa making space for them and causing chaos.
All right. Well, we'll see if both teams can sort of rectify their issues in the next game. I'm gonna go ahead and hop into the lobby, and I'll see you soon.